Take me through there. Take me through there. Hey, you guys, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. If you are just joining, tell me where you're logging in from. If you're just joining, hey, Elle, welcome in. So thank you so much thank you guys for joining. If you don't know me, my name is Tamara. I am a board certified credit repair specialist. Welcome in, one me. If you are joining, you can definitely tell me where you're logging in from. I don't know what that is on my screen right there. Hey, Weezy, how are you guys doing today on this good old Wednesday? Thank you so much for joining, you guys. If you're coming in, let's go ahead and tap the screen so we can get this information out to a few other people that may need this information as well. I'm not going to be here long, but just for a few. Welcome in, you guys. Where are you logging in from? Hey, where are you guys logging in from? Hey, Ange, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining. So today is, we're just talking about definitely, a lot of people say they want to fix their credit. A lot of people say that, oh, I want to buy a home. A lot of people procrastinate and wait to the last minute and say, I need a new apartment next month. I need a new apartment in a couple of days. I'm getting evicted, da 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 da. I don't understand why people, wait till the last minute, but I believe in definitely fixing the problem before it becomes a problem. So why don't you go ahead and start fixing your credit now? In doing so, that gives you the opportunity, it gives you time to definitely try to go ahead and get things situated before. A lot of people say, oh, I need a car, and they know that their credit is messed up, but they haven't started the steps to actually get to fixing their credit. Hello, welcome in. Hey, Betty. Hey, Carol. Hey, Kimberly. If you're joining in, if you're coming in, tell me where you're coming in from. But that's a lot of people's problem. A lot of people say that they want to fix their credit. They want to actually have the home ownership. They want the new car. They want these things. They want these high limit credit cards, but they don't want to do the work to actually fix the information, or they don't want to do the work to actually fix their credit. They say all day that they want a home, they want to buy a home, they want home ownership, but they don't want to take the necessary steps in order to actually fix those things. So that's the first problem. A lot of people's mindset, even when I started, like my mindset was not in the place of definitely fixing credit, but I knew that I had a goal in mind. So my goal was what was driving me towards the thing that I wanted to do. So that what was stopping me was not my income. It wasn't my job. It wasn't me having a savings. It was my credit. So the only opportunity that I had was to definitely make sure that I stay on this plan. I build my credit up so that I can get to the place that I want to get to in order to attain that home ownership. Welcome in, you guys. Thank you so much to everyone that's joining. If you are coming in, tell me where you're coming in from. What state are you guys logging in from? And tell me if you have credit goals right now. Are you trying to purchase a home? Definitely, we're rolling to the end of 2025. It's coming quickly to say, it seems like the year just started, but it's definitely coming quickly. So we want to make sure that we are preparing ourselves. If we want to have home ownership next year, then we need to start now. If we're looking to buy our dream car, then we need to start now. If we're looking to, purchase, get another, if you're looking for business funding, you definitely got to make sure your personal credit is fixed before you try to get business funding. So depending on what your goals are and depending on what you're trying to do, definitely we need to fix our mindset first. The reasons why our credits are the way that they are, or they're messed up, because I personally came from bad credit and fixed my own credit and went to good credit. So in that mindset that I had back then, it was just, okay, I was getting these cards, using them, not paying them, which a lot of people still do, maxing them out, not paying, responsibilities or financial bills that go into collections. And that's how a lot of people, life happens. You get into a bind, or sometimes you don't have enough of money. So that's definitely understandable. But it's also what you do to put into effect to fix those things now. So nobody in here has any credit goals. I see a lot of you joining. Thank you so much for coming in. You can definitely let me know where you're coming in from. If you are actually interested in home ownership, if you're interested in purchasing a new car, if you're interested in purchasing a home this year or within the next few months, and your credit is not where it needs to be, then we need to start today with fixing your credit. We need to definitely get in position to go ahead and fix our credit. A lot of people don't take credit repair seriously. And that's just because of everything on social media now. There's a lot of scams going on. There's a lot of discrepancies. And that's just the world that we're living in. But if we're going to start actually fixing our credit, we have to fix our mindset first. We have to change some of these habitual habits that we've already put into place. And we have to definitely reprogram our mind to think in a way that would allow us to get to the place that we need to get to. And credit repair is not overnight. I know that they're selling y'all these dreams that, oh, yes, I'm not saying that some of the hacks, some of the quote unquote things that do work, but it definitely does take time. Every customer is not guaranteed the same results. Every person is not guaranteed that the same information is going to fall off. Every client is different. So it's a case by case basis. So if you've been messing your credit up for 5 years, versus somebody who only has 1 or 2 things on their credit and they come in and their results change within 60 days, that's going to be different. Some people have more work to do than others. Not everybody's situation is going to be the same, but you have to be patient. You have to be consistent. I don't understand with credit repair why we get so discouraged. Like, if you go to a fast food restaurant today and they mess up your order, you're going to say something about it. You're going to check the person that took your order, or you're going to say, hey, this is not the way that I said, no onions on the burger. You're going to take that back inside to McDonald's or Burger King or whoever. So why, when these credit bureaus send us back a letter that says verify, we just automatically assume, okay, and we give up? Why don't we check them the same way the people that's at McDonald's not making our burgers with no onions? Why don't we go back at them the same way? I don't understand. And I learned that myself in doing credit repair. Again, I started out with a credit repair company back in 2019 when I wanted to start repairing my credit. It didn't go as planned, so I ended up actually researching myself, researching consumer law, researching credit repair, joining groups, organizations, and actually getting licensed. So then I developed this into a side hustle where I help my family and friends members. Once I got those results, I actually decided to turn it into a full-blown business. And I actually closed on my home back in 2021 as well. So I don't speak from a place of just telling you what to do. I speak from a place of experience. So I don't ask you to do something that I haven't already done. I don't ask people to do things that I don't know already works. And the information that I give you is strategies for you to be able to use to definitely make sure that, okay, we're going to continue to work at this, and your results will speak for themselves. If you give up, then it's not going to change. But a lot of people don't understand that. So that's the thing. Thank you all for joining. Welcome in. If you're in here, please tap the screen so this information can go out to someone else. If you don't know me, my name is Tamara. I go by Credit Talks with Tamara on all social media platforms. I am a board certified credit repair specialist. I do have a credit repair business, TNS Business Consulting. And we're just talking about credit. So let's break down the credit. Let's just talk about the credit breakdown. So if you're looking to boost your scores quickly within the next 30 to 60 days, if you are not making your payments on time, payment history is 35% of your score. So if we're going to take one step, we got to sit down and look at our bills. So we got to find a way for us to be able to make sure that we're making these payments on time, that we're not making these payments 30 days late. So that's going to be the type of thinking that you have to say. Credit is a game, y'all, and you have to understand how to play the game in order for you to be able to get to the destination that you want to get to. It's not just credit repair by itself. It's also credit building. And you also, once you rebuild your credit, you have to understand how to maintain it as well, unless you'll be back in the same situation. So if you don't understand what you're doing to even fix it, and you don't understand what you need to do to maintain it, it's just going to go back to the same situation. If you agree with that, put agree in the chat or put yes in the chat. If you're in here and you're listening to me, if you agree, put agree in the chat. Thank you to everyone else that's joining. Welcome in. If you're coming in, you can let me know where you're logging in from. We're talking about credit right now and our credit goals. If you're looking for home ownership, if you're trying to purchase a new home within the next few months, at this year or next year, depending on where your credit is, nobody agrees. Hey Zara, welcome in. How you doing today? Tap the screen if you're in here for me as well. So payment history, like I said, you need to be making sure that you're making your payments on time. If you can set up automatic payment, you need to be trying to set that up as well. I know that we all can. I know that that's not always an option, but that's another thing that you need to be trying to do. The next thing would be our credit utilization. So that's basically 30% of your score. So if you have maxed out cards and those are spooling over every month, you're accruing interest, that is negatively impacting your score. If you want to see a good roughly 40 to 60 points immediately, paying off your credit cards, bringing down that credit utilization is definitely going to do the trick. And I'm just telling you from personal experience. So if you have a credit card that's $1,000 and right now you have basically maxed it out, then you want to definitely pay that card down to roughly 10%. So you want to get it down to under $100. If you can't do it immediately within the first bill cycle, then I recommend to my clients sometimes to break the payments up into actually 3 incremental payments, where you would pay this amount this month, that amount the next month, and that amount the following month to get it down to that $100. However, you're going to continue to use the card, but you're going to use a minimum on that card. You're going to put like maybe a subscription that you have, Netflix, Hulu, pay your gas for your car, something that would be an easy bill for you to actually use it and pay it back. A light bill, a water bill, trash bill, something of that nature. So that would be an option that you would have with credit utilization, y'all. Credit utilization is 30% of your score. So that's definitely, you need to be paying those cards down. Also with credit utilization, what can help you is if you have been paying your cards on time, you've been using it responsibly, you want to make sure that you're requesting a credit limit increase within every roughly 4 to 6 months. So if you've been billing positive history with your creditors or your bank, depending on who you have that card through, then that's something that you want to definitely request. You want to request a credit limit increase. And normally that's done right through your online portal or your online account. And they will increase those limits, which them increasing the limit, if you go from $1,000 card to a let's say $2,500 card, that's going to allow you to be able to reduce those limits. So that is something that you definitely want to be looking into. A lot of people I know sometimes don't do that, or they're not aware that they have the ability to request increases on their cards. Thank you so much for liking it live. But that is an opportunity to help you. The next thing would be your length of your credit history. So I know a lot of people like to close out old cards, but we don't want to do that. That credit age is helping you. That credit history, you need to make sure on your credit profile, on a positive credit profile, you have at least 5 years or better. 5 years or better. So if you have a card that you've had for 5 years, but you haven't been using it, you don't really have a high limit on it, don't close it. Use it every 2 to 3 months with a small bill, unless, unfortunately, because if you cancel that card, it takes that 5-year history away. So if this information is useful to anyone, I want y'all to tap that screen. If you're logging in, tell me where you are logging in from. If you have some credit goals for this year, definitely drop them in the chat. Is that home ownership, a new car? You looking for a business funding? What are our credit goals for this year? I don't see anybody engaging with me, so I'm going to just stop right here for a second because I don't think this information is useful. If it's useful to you, then put yes in the chat. If it's useful to you, then put yes in the chat. Zara, do you have a home? Do you have a goal with your credit right now? Or are you looking for someone to help you with fixing your credit? Hey, Roberto. Welcome in, you guys. So let's keep going. So you want to make sure, like, new credit. The next thing will be 10% is your new credit. You want to make sure that you're not consistently applying for credit over and over and over and over and over again. That's like you accruing a lot of inquiries. Like, people go to the car dealership and they don't have a pre-approval, and they go in there and they have their credit ran 20 to 25 times, which is now on each credit bureau. So that's over 60 inquiries, that you've accumulated that is negatively impacting you. On a positive credit profile, you should have anywhere from 2 to 3 hard inquiries per credit bureau. So if you have anything more than that, you definitely need to get those off. Any inquiries that are not attached to open accounts can be removed. And you can do that with a simple call to the credit bureaus, advising them that you didn't authorize permission for your credit to be ran. And you can definitely get those over the phone, or, as I say, I do everything in writing. Hey, Miss Gloria, welcome in. So you want to make sure that you actually send a letter disputing those unauthorized inquiries as well. So last but not least is your credit mix. That's the last 10% of your credit score. So that breakdown, just making sure that you have not just credit cards, but like installment loans. You have different actual, you can have like a secured line of credit. Those different types of accounts would contribute to that credit mix. So you just don't want to have all of one thing. You want to have a mixture. Okay, so did that help anybody with the credit score breakdown? Who did that help today? Is anybody struggling with any of those parts? Payment history, credit utilization, your length of history, your new credit, and your credit mix. Which category are you struggling with today? I need y'all to talk back to me. I definitely need y'all to talk back to me. I need y'all to tap this screen. If y'all in here, I need y'all to like this live. Thank you so much to everyone that's joining. Welcome in. All right, so, and nobody? Hey, Renee, welcome in. Zara, welcome back. I was talking to you. So if you're in here, guys, tell me where you're logging in from. So we just went over the credit score breakdown. So I was asking, is anybody struggling with any part of that credit breakdown right now? That the information that I was just giving, was that useful to you guys? Did that help with how you can actually change some of those things going forward? I like y'all to talk back to me. I don't like to just sit on the screen and hear myself talk. Welcome in. All right, so we're going to move to the next thing. Definitely with us. If you're starting credit repair yourself, or if you're looking to actually fix your own credit, then you want to make sure that you're starting with just pulling your credit and reading your actual credit report. If you don't have access to your credit report right now, you can go to annualcreditreport.com and you can get a free credit report for all 3 credit bureaus. I would actually sign up for credit monitoring every month. You can do that through My Free Score Now, My Score IQ. If you're looking for home ownership, you can do that through Identity IQ. All of them will give you access to credit monitoring each month, where you can definitely see what's changing over time if you're working on your credit. Thank you for the follow. If you're working on your credit and you're also looking to build your credit as well, those are some good companies that you can kind of set up services with to be able to view your scores and what's changing every month. Now, if we're starting out with just pulling our reports, when we first pull our reports, I would definitely sit down and make sure that everything that is being reported is consistent amongst all 3 credit bureaus. Hey, Tiffany, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining. So when I say that, I mean Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. I will go through and highlight any inaccuracies that you're seeing. If the information is not 100% accurate, 100% maximum possible accuracy is what it's stating, that it needs to be consistent amongst all 3 credit bureaus. So if you see like one account number that's wrong, it's different from the other one, that is considered an inaccuracy. So once you've highlighted that information, then you want to definitely start with your personal information first. I normally send out personal information immediately once my clients sign up. And they start with, we just get them down to one name and one address. So that's either your full name and one address, your current address. Anything else is outdated information. So all of those old addresses, any name variations need to come off. Any spouses' names needs to come off. If you have like your date of birth, social, all of that information can come off. Previous employers, each of those negative, outdated information is causing you points on your credit report. So you definitely want to make sure that you clean that information up first. I would definitely send those out immediately, just letting them know that this is outdated information. These addresses, these name variations, these employers are no longer attached to you, and you want them to delete it immediately. Make sure that when you're writing your letters to the credit bureaus, you are putting a specific instruction of what is wrong, basically, and then what you want them, a reason of why you're disputing it, and then the instruction of what you want them to do. So don't just say, oh, this is not my employer, and you don't tell them what to do, because they're looking for what instruction you're actually giving them. Tell them to delete it. Tell them to remove it. Okay? Does that make sense, you guys? If y'all are on the outside of the class, come on in and join me. I definitely don't like talking to myself. Come on in the room, you guys. Welcome in to those of you that are just joining. Hey, Johnny. If you don't follow me, hit that follow button. And if you have any questions when it comes to credit, you can definitely put your questions down in the chat also. Is there anyone right now that is currently working on a credit goal and that you're needing some assistance? Hey, T Sings. I think that's what that says. But okay, so that will be the first thing, clearing up your personal information. And then you want to definitely start with, when you go through the breakdown of your actual report, you'll see the first information is going to be that personal information. Then you're going to get to where you're going to see your accounts. You're going to see open accounts and you're going to see the closed accounts. And then you're going to definitely go down to your hard inquiries. And then last but not least, you'll see like your public records. So if you have any bankruptcies, things like that will be listed there. So I would definitely say starting with that personal information first. And then once you cleared up that personal information, again, one name and one address. And then you want to definitely give them some time to update it. A lot of people dispute their personal information online. It is sometimes quicker, so that is an option for you. But I, again, do everything in writing. So once you've gotten that information updated, your personal information, then you want to start to move on to your actual accounts. And you want to definitely point out the inaccuracies in those accounts. Again, the reason why you're disputing them, and then also giving the credit bureaus a instruction of what they need to do when it comes to those. Hey, Always Gamble, thank you so much for joining and welcome to the live. So that would be what we actually would discuss when it comes to actual credit reporting. So we went over the credit score breakdown, and then now we're starting to how we would draft our letters, cleaning up our personal information, and then starting with our disputing our accounts. And then once you've sent out your first round of disputes, then you want to wait 30 days because they do give the credit bureaus 30 days to give you a response. And then once they respond to you, you want to at that point make sure that you are accurately responding to whatever response they give you, whether they don't give you a response at all, or whether they say that the information is accurate, whether it's verified, whether it's been updated. You want to definitely make sure that you are being consistent. Credit repair is all about consistency. So that would be something you want to make sure that you're disputing. You're disputing within 30 days. You're doing immediate updates when you get a response back. You're immediately sending responses. So that's something that a lot of people don't actually do. They get the response back and then they stop. So that's something that you want to make sure that you're always responding no matter what. And sometimes it may take you more than one round to get the information disputed. So again, I would say consistency and making sure that we are providing responses. If they're saying that the account was verified, then you want to ask for a method of verification. You want them to tell you who verified this account, what information did they use, who was the original creditor, things of that nature. Certain questions that you want to ask when you are asking for that method of verification as well. So right now, is this information useful to anyone? Is anyone interested in credit repair? We are running a fall special right now for my business, TNS Business Consulting, where you can get 4 rounds of disputes for a flat rate of $397. We are accepting Afterpay and Klarna, and we do dispute all negative items. Now, most of my clients see results within the first 45 days, but again, that varies. The results do vary per client, so I would definitely, again, ask that you be patient. But we do send out monthly progress report updates. We also keep you educated on your credit. You are required to have credit monitoring. That's a separate fee outside of our services. And then we definitely just continue to educate you. You have access to our 24/7 client portal where you can go and see the letters we're sending out, see what we're disputing, the information that's being submitted on your behalf. So those are all the things that you would have access to. And then once you actually, each month, we'll just be continuing to update you until you get to the point of graduation or until you get to the desired goal that you have. Whether that be home ownership, whether that be just fixing your personal credit, you're looking for business funding, whether that's purchasing a new car, whatever that situation is for you. So I would say definitely if you're in here, this information is useful, tap the screen for me. If you have questions, you can always send me a direct message. And that's pretty much it. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is just the big mistakes that I see to avoid when it actually comes to credit repair. A lot of people think definitely that you paying a collection is going to remove that collection off of your credit report. And it's not. If that collection is already negatively impacting your account and your score, you want to make sure that if you're looking to do a payment or you come to some type of settlement offer or an agreement, you want to make sure that you're requesting a pay for deletion so that definitely, because once you make that payment, if you don't request that, all it's going to do is update your balance to a 0 balance, as well as it's going to turn that account status just to paid. But those negative points are still going to be affecting you because it's still a collection on your account. So you want to make sure that if you're sending out a letter, a pay for deletion, just basically stating that once they actually agree or they cash this payment, I normally like to do it in money order or cashier's check so that when they cash that payment, you have proof of it and you have something in writing. They can either email it to you or send you back a physical letter stating that once you actually make that payment, that they'll remove that collection from your account. So that's if you're looking to pay. But if you're definitely, I say dispute first, everything, because you never know what will come off. I just had my client last update. He had a $35,000 account come off of all 3 credit bureaus. So it doesn't matter the amount. It doesn't matter. It matters what you can prove as far as if they're following the law. We're disputing either using factual disputing, which is disputing the inaccuracies amongst all 3 credit bureaus. We're using consumer law to back what we're disputing. And we're also just using what we call Metro 2 compliance, which is basically disputing the reporting of how this information should be reported to your actual credit report. So those are the ways that we actually dispute. So it just depends on the actual account, and it depends on your verbiage. It depends on definitely what you use. So that is something I would definitely say, hey, Helen, thank you so much. Welcome in. So another thing that I would say is stop letting these car dealerships run your credit. Like if you know that your credit is not where it needs to be, don't go there trying to get no car. Fix your credit first and then get your pre-approval and go to the car dealership so that you don't have to have 30 different hard inquiries on each actual credit report. It doesn't make any sense, y'all. You don't want to be applying for cards back to back, like store cards. You don't want to, I know every time we go into the store, oh, would you like to get a 10% off for this? If you apply for this card, no, don't do that. Make sure that you're applying for cards that you're actually going to use. Don't just apply for something just because they're offering you a discount in that store. Store cards aren't really that good anyways. If you're going to get some type of card, if you're just starting out with credit, then I would recommend like a Discover card, maybe Capital One, some type of secured card where you're putting your own money on that card and using it responsibly so that it can graduate to an actual unsecured card. Hey, Bola, thank you so much for tapping the screen. Welcome in. And You want to also make sure that you're offsetting any negative information or negative accounts that you have. You want to make sure that you're offsetting those with positive accounts. So you want to make sure like you're doing credit building, which right now some of the common ones that people are using is like Self, Kickoff, Meet Ava. Excuse me. Also, you have like secured loans like Credit Strong. And then you also, if you're renting right now, you can also make sure that you add your rental history on there. As long as it's a positive rental history, you can do it with Rent Reporters or Rental Karma, and they'll actually backdate it for you for the last 2 years. So that gives you some additional options in reference to your credit to kind of help you with building your credit up. So that was just some things that I wanted to discuss with y'all today. I wasn't going to be on here long. We went over the credit score breakdown. We went over just starting out, you sending letters, and just some common mistakes to avoid when it comes to credit. If anybody does have any credit goals right now that they're interested in, or they're trying to work towards either home ownership, a new car, definitely business credit, whatever it is, we're here to assist you. So we fix personal credit. Again, my name is Tamara. I go by Credit Talks with Tamara. I own my own credit repair business, TNS Business Consulting. I'm a board certified credit repair specialist. So if you are needing assistance, we're running a fall special right now where we allow you to get access to 4 rounds of disputes that we do all for you. You get access to our client portal. We give you basically monthly progress report updates. You also get credit education, us actually informing you definitely how to maintain this credit going forward. And then we also give you access to you also are responsible for, credit monitoring, but that's a separate fee that you would have to pay outside of our services. But we do have Afterpay and Klarna if you're interested as well. But definitely, if you are looking for credit, if you didn't want to ask a question on the live today, you can send me a personal message. But I'm going to be logging off for now. I'll probably come back a little later today. Thank you, Bola, so much for your support. And you guys have a great day.